So, Arsenal are back in Europa League action tomorrow evening at 5 to 6 away to Ligue 1 side Rennes. Now, this was a game that was supposed to be played at the Emirates tomorrow night, but because of some stupid ruling, Arsenal had to move the fixture and play it away first, which I suppose will help us if we go and win the game, seeing as we would have bagged a few away goals, then have home advantage. But I don't agree with that rule to begin with. I think it's stupid. Not only that, people have missed out. They've booked flights, they've booked trains, hotels, and then an hour after it was all officially announced it was going to be at home first, they then changed the fixture to play it away. And I think that's bang out of order, and I think UEFA and Arsenal, not so much Arsenal, but UEFA do need to get involved and do need to try and reimburse these people if they can prove that they've lost out, which I know a few people have lost out. They've had to pay an extra 120 quid to change their Eurostar, and it's just not acceptable. Like I said, I don't know why they have decided that two teams from the same city can't play on the same night. What even is that rule? I don't get it. I don't understand it. Every single weekend in the Premier League, teams in London play in London. I don't get it. Why is it different just because it's a European competition? Yes, I get that there's fans coming over from France, from Russia, wherever these teams are coming from. But how does that make any difference? Don't get it. Can somebody answer that for me? Leave it in the comments section down there if you can tell me why that's the rule. But like I said, we are playing Rennes. It is away, and I've seen the squad list. It's been tweeted out by Arsenal official Twitter account. And we have taken a really strong squad to Rennes, and good, because I want to win it. I want us to win this competition. I said it last year, and I've said it all season this season. I want to win a trophy. I want to see us win it. And Unai Emery is the Europa League expert. Let's be real. He won it 3 times in a row. 3 times in a row. That's unbelievable. Let's hope that we can win it this season, and that'll gain us automatic qualification into the Champions League. Because let's be real, that's where we all want to get back to. But like I said, the squad's good. We're off at the back of a 1-1 draw against Tottenham, which felt like a loss after Aubameyang missed that penalty in the last minute. But, you know, I'm taking the positives out of that game. At the end of the day, we played really, really well. It was one of the best defensive performances we've had this season. And I thought as a solid unit, the whole team were exceptional, and we limited them to literally next to nothing, really, let's be real. And if we had scored the penalty at the end, Emery's game plan would have worked to an absolute T. But like I said, we're full of confidence. We're in full flow at the moment. We're doing really well at the minute, and obviously we need to take that into this game. So with that being said, I'm going to get into my 1 to 11. Don't forget, smash a thumbs up on the video for me. Don't forget to subscribe as well. And my 1 to 11, let's go. I'm going to go with Petr Cech in goal. Obviously, he's the Europa League goalkeeper. That's been the same all season. Wouldn't be what I would do, but you know, we know that's the case. So that's who I'm putting in there, because Leno ain't going to start. Right back, I'm going to keep Mustafi there. I thought Mustafi did really well at the weekend, and I know a lot of people disagree because he made a stupid error. Again, I don't think that was a penalty. And I don't think anyone can convince me otherwise. So I'm putting Mustafi there. I don't want to see Maitland-Niles there. As from what I can remember, I don't think Lichtsteiner was even in the squad. I may be wrong, but I'm putting Mustafi there. Left back, Nacho Monreal. I think that, again, another one that done well at the weekend. I'm not quite sure he was contender for man of the match and stuff like that, like a lot of people were saying. But he did play really well at the weekend. And he's so much better defensively than Kolasinac. So I'm playing him at left back, and obviously you now know I'm going with a 4, and I'm putting Koscielny and Socrates in there. 2 absolutely unbelievable performances at the weekend, and I want them to start this game and do exactly what they've done at the weekend in terms of limiting strikers to next to nothing. So that's my back 4. On to midfield, I'd start Guendouzi. I think he's got the high energy, he's got the work rate. That's not taking nothing away from Granit Xhaka, because I think Granit Xhaka has been really good recently. But I think with Guendouzi, you get a higher work rate consistently, and he'll be out to impress. It's Europa League, it's a bigger stage. blah blah, European competition, different opponents, and we're going to need Granit Xhaka for Man United on Saturday, so I would rest Xhaka for this game. Next to him, Lucas Torreira. Obviously he's not going to be playing Man United at the weekend after what can only be described as a joke decision against Tottenham. He goes in, he wins the ball, and his momentum takes him into the player. He then gets a red card, which we've appealed, and it has been turned down and said, no, it's not being overturned. So he is going to miss the next 3 games, which I believe means he won't play for 6 weeks until our game in April. I think it was the 15th of April, 1st of April. I can't remember when it is, but it was about 6 weeks. I worked it out earlier. But yeah, he's going to be needed in this competition big time for both of these games. If he's going to be out suspended for the league games, we need him on it for this game on Thursday. So that's my 2. I'm going to play a 3 in front of them. Right hand side, Mkhitaryan. What a performance at Tottenham the other day. Unbelievable. He looked like the Mkhitaryan we see and we all looked at and thought, wow, he's a player, when he played for Dortmund. I haven't seen him play that well for a long, long time, if ever. The last couple of games, he has been levels above anything that he's done in England, in my opinion. He looks like he's got so much energy and so much pace now, and it's like, oh, I didn't realise you were that quick. And I haven't seen that since he's been at Arsenal or even Man United. But again, he does well in this competition. He scored in the final for Man United when they won it. So let's hope he can be a big player for us in it. So he's going on the right-hand side for me. Left-hand side, I'm going to go with Iwobi. I think that both of them two, Mickey and Iwobi, we need to push their fullbacks back and stop them and give them something to think about, because if we don't, they'll come at us and then, you know, we just collapse, because that's what we do defensively. So we need to take it to them. We're the bigger team, we've got the better players, and for me, Alex Iwobi has been in fine form for the last 7 or 8 games. So again, another one who performed well at Tottenham. So for me, he starts this game. In the middle, Mr. Mesut Ozil. I don't think he'll start against Man United this weekend. Aaron Ramsey put in a brilliant performance, scored the goal at Wembley, and I personally think he will start against Man United. So for me, this game, Ozil has to start. We see against Barté when he came back, he did really well in that game. He done well against Southampton, and the game after that against, I can't remember who it was against, Bournemouth, that's it. I'll get there in the end, against Bournemouth. But then obviously he was benched for the game away to Tottenham at Wembley. And Aaron Ramsey came in, and let's be real, he scored the goal. So it was a great decision from the manager. But for me, this game, Ozil has to start. Aubameyang up front, obviously, because Lacazette is another one that's suspended for this competition. After getting 1 match ban, UEFA then decided to raise it to 3 matches. Thanks for that. Thanks. Good job we got a decent another striker, innit? Do you know what I mean? Jesus Christ. These UEFA bods, seriously, these people in the positions of power are just clueless. They are unbelievable. They get fat paychecks to sit there and make stupid decisions. But there we go. What can I do? There's no point sitting there crying about it. Aubameyang up front. Now, their team, they've got a couple of, or 2 or 3 good players actually. They've got Sarr on the wing, very good player, very quick, very strong, physical, and he chips in with goals. I think he's already scored 3 goals in 7 games in this competition this season. And you remember Ben Arfa, the one that was at Newcastle, the one that's been PSG under Emery. I think he's actually suing PSG for loss of match bonuses for not being in match day squads while Emery was the manager. Come on, mate, really? So he's going to be able to try and prove a point. And he is very technically gifted. His attitude stinks. And let's just hope Torreira clatters him in minute 1 and lets him know he's there, basically, and says, yeah, you ain't taking the piss today, because we all know he can turn up. He's very, very much, it reminds me of somebody like Eden Hazard. He's got all the ability in the world, but you just don't see it often enough. And if we do see it from Ben Arfa, then we're going to have to seriously watch what we're doing, because he's a player who can score great goals, but he can also get players sent off with some of the shit he does as well. So we're going to have to be on our toes for him. And Niang as well. I think he was on loan at Watford, I think it was. And he's not a bad player either. He's only scored 1 goal in this competition, and that was last time out when they knocked out Real Betis. They drew 3-3 in the first leg with Betis. Betis had 3 away goals, probably thought they were cruising through to the next round. And all of a sudden, bang, 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 Rennes score 3 goals and knock them out. So we're going to have to be on our toes against this team because they've scored 6 against Betis, and Betis are a decent team. But on the other hand, they did concede 4 against them, and we're better than Betis. So I don't know how I see this game going, really. I think that we've just got to go and take it straight to them. Quick start, get on them, push them back with Mickey, Ozil and Iwobi. Aubameyang does business up front, and hopefully we'll be toasting a nice, comfortable 3 or 4 goals and coming back to the Emirates next week with 1 foot already into the next round. But you know, for as good as we are, we can self-implode as well, and we did that against Barté. So I'm not getting too carried away. Like I said, we've got to stop Sarr, we've got to stop Ben Arfa, and stop them getting the supply into Niang as well. They've conceded a lot of goals this season. They've conceded 34 goals in the league this season, and they've only scored 35 in the league. For 26 games in, that's not great. So that tells me their supply line isn't that great, or their finisher is dog shit up front. So I think get on Ben Arfa, Torreira man mark him, do a job on him, keep him quiet, and I think we pretty much comfortably go through to the next round, or back to the Emirates next week with 1 foot in the next round. But let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts on my starting 11. What would your starting 11 be? Would you play Ozil, or would you put Ramsey there? Would you play Mustafi, or would you put Maitland-Niles at right back? He's in the squad. What would you do? Let me know what you think. Let me know your score predictions for the game. I'm going to go with a score prediction of Rennes 1, Arsenal 4. I am super confident for this game, but like I said, I was super confident for the game away to Barté, and we all know how that ended up. Don't forget, catch my review straight after the game tomorrow night. Until then, I'm out of here. Laters, peeps.